For rock and metal fans, the name Tobias Forge is certainly no stranger. As the creative mastermind behind the band Ghost, he is not just a masked vocalist, but also a visionary who brought to life the band's unique character. With a blend of metal, classic rock, and grand theatrical elements, Tobias has made Ghost one of the most original and captivating bands in modern music. Once known as an underground musician hiding behind various music projects, he is now the mastermind behind Ghost's global success, a conceptual artist capable of merging music, visuals, and narrative into a powerful artistic entity. Tobias's journey began in his youth in Sweden, filled with experimentation, and eventually, he transformed into a modern rock icon. From underground metal bands to massive stadium stages, Tobias Forge's story is a testament to the fact that vision, persistence, and the courage to stand out can create a lasting legacy in the world of music. Let's delve deeper into the life of Tobias Forge, the shadowy leader who is much more than just a musician. Tobias Jens Forge was born on March 3, 1981, in Linköping, Sweden. He spent most of his childhood with his mother and his older brother, Sebastian, who was 13 years older than him. Sebastian had a significant influence on shaping Tobias's musical tastes from a young age, introducing him to various music genres and bands like Susie and the Banshees, Kim Wilde, Rainbow, Kiss, and Pink Floyd. Tobias's childhood was also influenced by a strict religious environment. He grew up in a conservative Christian atmosphere, attended a school with strong religious teachings, and lived with a very strict stepmother. This experience made him feel alienated and rebellious, which eventually led him to develop an interest in occultism and Satanism as a form of resistance against what he saw as oppressive dogma. A personal tragedy struck Tobias when his brother, Sebastian, passed away from heart disease on March 12, 2010, the same day that Ghost released their first demo songs online. Forge's musical journey began in his teenage years in Linköping, Sweden, exploring various genres, from death metal to glam rock. One of his early projects was a death metal band called Superior, which he formed in 1996. In this band, Tobias went by the stage name Leviathan. However, he began to gain recognition in the underground scene when he formed Repugnant in the late 1990s, a band that embraced old-school death thrash metal. In this band, Tobias used the stage name Mary Gore, and they released several demos and an album titled Epitome of Darkness in 2006, after which the band disbanded. In the early 2000s, Tobias briefly joined the glam metal band Crash Diet as a guitarist. He later explored more melodic and experimental music through Subvision, a pop-rock project he formed with two of his future bandmates from Ghost. Subvision released one album, So Far So Noir, and several singles, but did not receive much attention from the music industry. Tobias then became part of the alternative rock band Magna Carta Cartel, which took an atmospheric and cinematic approach. In Magna Carta Cartel, Tobias Forge played guitar and performed in several shows and recordings, including the EP Good Morning Restrained. However, over time, the band entered a hiatus as Tobias, Martin Persner, and Simon Soderbergh began to focus their attention on the Ghost project. Ghost's journey began in 2006, when Tobias Forge recorded a demo of the song Stand By Him. Forge felt that the riff of the song had immense power and was worth developing further. He then invited his friend, Gustav Lindström, to record additional songs like Prime Mover and Death Knell. Inspired by bands like Blue Oyster Cult, Merciful Fate, and Black Sabbath, Forge envisioned a band with a strong visual identity and a deep narrative concept. He created a fictional religious leader figure named Papa Emeritus as the main vocalist, while the other band members were disguised as nameless ghouls. This concept combined metal music with grand theatricality, creating a unique experience for listeners. On March 12, 2010, Tobias uploaded 3 ghost songs to MySpace. Within 2 days, he received numerous offers from record labels and managers interested in the project. Ghost's name began to rise internationally with their debut album Opus Eponymous, which blended heavy metal, classic rock, and occultism. Songs like Ritual and Elizabeth introduced the band's distinctive style, dark yet melodic, mysterious yet accessible. Their popularity skyrocketed with Infestissumam, which won a Swedish Grammy, and Meliora, which produced the hit Cirisi and won a Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance. However, Tobias's identity as the lead vocalist and mastermind of Ghost remained a secret until 2017, when a lawsuit from former band members over royalty distribution revealed that Tobias was the sole songwriter and full controller of Ghost. The plaintiffs accused Forge of withholding financial information and payments that they were owed from album sales and worldwide tours. They claimed that Forge had tried to transform Ghost from a band into a solo project with paid musicians. In October 2018, the Linköping District Court ruled to dismiss the lawsuit filed by the former Ghost members. The court found that there was no strong legal basis for the claims and supported Forge's statement that Ghost was a project he fully controlled. This lawsuit indirectly revealed Tobias Forge's identity as the person behind Papa Emeritus. Prior to this, his identity was only known to a select few, but the legal process made it public. Ghost continued to rise with subsequent albums like Infestissumam, Meliora, Prequelle, and Impera, with a musical style that evolved from heavy metal to grand arena rock. Tobias Forge continued to create and embody iconic characters that became the hallmark of Ghost, keeping the band's theatrical and mythological aspects alive. Starting with Papa Emeritus I, followed by Papa Emeritus II, and Papa Emeritus III. Each incarnation represented an anti-pope. Then, the character Papa Nihil emerged as the old Papa, who served as a transitional figure in the band's story. In 2018, Forge introduced a new character, Cardinal Copia, the only figure outside of the Papa lineage. However, in 2020, Cardinal Copia was promoted to become Papa Emeritus IV, adding a new dimension to Ghost's narrative. Most recently, in 2025, the character Papa Perpetua was introduced as the new vocalist of Ghost, continuing the band's mythology evolution with surprises and symbolism. Through these roles, Tobias has successfully kept Ghost's visual identity fresh, mysterious, and engaging for fans worldwide. Since 2006, Tobias Forge has been the mastermind behind the masked rock and metal band. He is not only the primary songwriter but also the leader who steers the band both artistically and commercially. For his contributions to the music world, Tobias Forge received the Platinagitaran Award in 2019 from STIM and was named Metal Artist of the Decade by Loudwire for successfully transforming Ghost from an underground band into an international arena rock phenomenon. Tobias Forge is known for keeping his personal life private. However, it is known that he is married to Boel Forge, who has been a supportive partner throughout his music career. Before fully dedicating himself to Ghost, Tobias worked at a customer service center for a mobile phone company in Sweden. In an interview with Ultimate Guitar, he revealed that his wife encouraged him to leave that job and focus on his music project, Ghost. Additionally, Tobias admitted in an interview that before Ghost's success, he had doubts about whether his dream of becoming a professional musician would ever come true. However, his wife's encouragement and his desire to channel his creativity pushed him to take a risk and focus on his music career. The couple has fraternal twin children born in 2008, a son named Morris and a daughter named Minu. Both are involved in the Ghost music project. Minu contributed vocals to the opening track of Prequelle, Ashes, while Morris performed on the cover of Metallica's Enter Sandman, recorded by Tobias to support Camp Aranutik, an organization that provides summer camps for transgender youth. In addition to his life as a musician and father, Forge is also known to be a member of the Swedish Freemason order, adding to the mysterious side of his personal persona. According to various sources, Tobias Forge's net worth is estimated to be around $4 to $5 million. This figure reflects his success as the mastermind behind Ghost's triumph, both as a songwriter, lead vocalist, and artistic director. Forge's wealth can be attributed to his strategic management of the Ghost brand, his prolific songwriting, and the band's successful tours. His ability to engage fans through music and storytelling has created a dedicated following, ensuring the commercial success of his artistic endeavors. He ranked 7th in the list of highest earners in Stockholm under 40 in a newspaper, with a taxable income of 7.98 million Swedish krona in 2017. Despite his considerable wealth, Tobias is known to lead a relatively simple life. He resides in Linköping, Sweden, and maintains his family's privacy, staying out of the media spotlight and never flaunting his lifestyle. Tobias Forge was reportedly seen driving a Citroën C3 in Sweden. Although not officially confirmed, the car is now believed to be used by his wife. This reflects Forge's simple and private lifestyle, despite his major success with Ghost. Forge is not only a musician, but also a multidisciplinary artist with broad and deep interests outside of the stage. He has a strong passion for stage design and theatrical elements, an interest that has made him heavily involved in designing every Ghost performance, from stage setups to costumes full of symbolism. In an interview, Forge even confessed that if he were not a touring musician, he would want to work in the field of performance design. Beyond music, he also shows a serious interest in cinema, with a desire to explore filmmaking in the future, a natural step given the visual and narrative approach he applies to every Ghost project. His interest in history and politics is also evident, especially in the lyrical themes that address issues of power, religion, and culture. Books like The Rule of Empires that he reads reflect the depth of his thinking about global power dynamics. His love for visual arts is fully realized through Ghost Right Here, Right Now, a theatrical concert film that combines live Ghost performances with cinematic narrative elements written by Forge himself. This film became a tangible expression of his vision for music as a complete performance, combining sound, story, and aesthetics into one cohesive work. All these interests merge in his creations, making Ghost not just a band, but a profound and meaningful artistic experience.